Hello my boaty chums and welcome back. Today on Captain Matt's Boatworld, Axopar 28. Let's go and have a look. So the Axopar 28 behind me is the T-top version with an aft cabin. They're also available with a full enclosed cockpit cabin and a fully open version with no T-top, no Bimini or anything. Further up in Northern Europe, I'm sure that would be absolutely fine, but down here in the Mediterranean, I'd like a T-top on mine any day of the week, thank you very much. Stick around to the end of the video and I'll let you into a really big secret. Got quite a surprise for you on this one. Well, considering its Northern European design and its Polish build, they have actually thought about using this boat down here in the Mediterranean, because, as you probably know, down here you're going to be either stern or bow to the dock, which means stepping aboard has been thought of. Fairly straightforward affair. And that brings us straight into the bow seating area. It's asymmetrical, giving you plenty of room for getting on and off the boat here, and then 2 or 3 people could perch around that side there. There is of course plenty of storage under here. That's a pretty big locker on the port bow there. We've got in there, we've got the support rods for the sunshade, which we'll have a little look at. There's a Bimini top that can go up at rest, and we've got some table legs and a boat hook in there as well. There's plenty of room as well to put in there life jackets, bits and bobs, water sports gear, wakeboards, water skis. Lots of room in there, no problem. Under the bow floor locker, we've got access to the black water tank. There's the bow thruster motor and gubbins, and the power steering motor and gubbins. And as if by magic, a table appears in the bow area. Would you use it? Well, yeah, you might. I'll be honest, it is a bit of a faff to get it out, but you know, that's what you do, isn't it? Because all boats are a compromise. I probably wouldn't use it. I think I'd drop that down and put it into the Sunpad fill-in configuration. Well, that was a lot less hassle than I expected. It was actually quite easy. And to be honest, if I was working this boat for the summer as a charter boat, that's how I'd probably have it. I would probably have it set up like that most of the time. Especially if we've got children on board, I can keep an eye on them from the helm there, and they can relax on the bow. Now I do like this. That was pretty quick to fit, and it's a nice bow Bimini to keep the sun off that bow sunbathing area. That will be very useful in the summertime. That's quite big. So moving back from the bow, we've got this section here. In the front of the main console, we've got a heads compartment. Oh, that's good. That drops back onto a magnet. Yep, I like that. That's good. That's no messing about that. Well, I suppose it's not a huge boat, so it's not a huge heads compartment, but it's big enough, isn't it? The mirror's not doing great. That's not holding up too well. But otherwise, there's only one thing for it. Do you mind? I'm in the loo. Well, I'm in, and actually, it's not that bad. There's space, yes. I'm not going to be standing up anytime soon, but for an emergency, I'm in the loo. It's good. Right, in here we have got power socket, we have got sink, there is light switch, and 2 spotlights in the roof. There's ventilation up there, and some coat hooks over there, and a mirror behind me for checking the back of my head. Fuse panel down there. Okay, well that's enough messing around in the bow. Let's head down to the helm and have a look down there. Right, nice sidewalks, yeah, that's okay. So as we come round into the cockpit area, we've actually got 4 seats in a row behind the helm seat. And they are reasonably sheltered by that very large windscreen. So that's not a bad place to be. And there's a sun pad and a cabin in there that we're going to go and check out in a minute. But first of all, ouch, just banged my head. I guess I'll stop doing that when I've been on it for long enough. We have got Fusion Bluetooth stereo. Of course, everybody's got a Bluetooth stereo by Fusion these days because they are rather good and they sound great. Garmin VHF radio, wouldn't be without one. Garmin colour chart plotter, and then the smart system there. Side power bow thruster. Ignition key is way under there, but I suppose once you've used it you don't really need it anymore, do you? There's also a proper and very easy to use trim system on here, left, right, up and down. Running through the buttons we've got navigation lights, anchor lights, interior light, deck light, underwater lights, well that sounds fun, horn, oh yeah, searchlight, yeah, useful for searching for things, wiper, yep, window wash, bilge pump forward, bilge pump aft, and panel lights, excellent. So there's our smart craft system. That's going to be a bit fiddly when you're bouncing around to get that little button there. Sport exhaust. Eventually. On. Off. Oh, no, still on. Still on. Probably need the engine running. Still on. Okay. Sport exhaust on is good for me. Well, it does feel very wrap-aroundy in here. I quite like it actually, it's a bit cosy. Now then. There's an elephant in the room here. I don't know if you'd agree. This cockpit, it's pretty cool, but you're not getting out of that starboard side in a hurry. You're pretty enclosed. So that means your boat driving has got to be pretty spot on. There's no running off from the helm to push yourself off the boat next to you if you're getting too close. You've got to get it right first time. Let's see how I'm doing today. Helm and co-pilot seat are both in the standing up bolster position at the moment. They do of course drop down for a more comfortable arrangement, but this gives better access to the helm. So tipping that co-pilot seat forward, we have got a refrigerated unit in there, so that's quite handy for keeping your beers cold. And under the helm seat there's a little sink. I try to make these things as honest as possible. I'm exhausted. I'm going to need some help because I'm just not clever enough. Because that table goes in there, yep, we can do that. But those seats turn around like that. Now I've got one of them turned around, but I'm not clever enough to get the other one turned around as well. Mind you, that's probably just me. I mean, Rubik's Cube as a kid, I was the one pulling the stickers off, so I'm sure it's possible, but it's got me beat. I need to know. I'm going to lay awake at night not knowing how to turn these seats around. Okay, well I've sussed it out. I did feel a bit stupid now because all I had to do was move the seats into the fully back position and then they rotate. They were not in the fully back position. So there we have it, cockpit dining area. Yeah, that's alright, bit of shelter because if you're on anchor of course the wind's going to be coming over the bow. So you're tucked in there, I like that. Yeah, I like that. Let's go and have a look at the aft cabin. Not sure about this. So there we go, popping up the middle two of the aft cockpit seating, we have aft cabin. Okay, it's a bit dark at the moment, but that's because the sunpads are on the stern. Now, if we take those off, there's quite a lot of light gets in the top. But in the meantime, I'm going to go in and have a look. Well, I'm in. I don't know if I'd use the word cabin to describe this, but it is indeed a place that one could get out of the weather and sleep. I mean, I'm what, 5'10", 11, and yet I'm stretched out. In fact, I'm going to stretch out properly. Yeah, I'm stretched out. I've got a bit of room. It's quite cosy actually. I think if I was 10, this would be a great little den. Yeah, it's quite good fun. So on top of the aft cabin, we have got a pretty good sized sunbathing area. Yeah, I like that. You're going to get a couple of people on there, comfy chilling out in the sun. We've got lifty up headresting at the back here, and that takes us down to the bathing platforms, of which there are two. Of course, there's a ladder to get in and out of the water. That's bigger than it looks on camera, by the way. Yeah, and as you come up, you've got the aft rail to hang on to. What else have we got back here? Oh, drainage, yeah, of course. So if you do take a wave over the bow, it's just going to drain straight out the aft end there. That's really good. And then down here on both sides we have got rope lockers, fender lockers, whatever you like. Ideal for putting stuff in. Fenders, ropes, life jackets, all sorts of bits. Down here on the port side there's a pull-out shower unit thingy. Well, we've opened the cupboards, we've pulled the seats around, we've had a snooze in the cabin, we've even been to the loo. But I know why you're really here. You want to get out on the water and throw it about, don't you? Come on then. I do like firing these things up in sports mode, they do sound good. 300 horsepower V8, yes please. So these things are 9.18 metres in overall length. They are 2.95 metres wide and they pull a draft of 0.8 metres. Well, she's very smooth on the helm, that's for sure. We've got our nice digital controls, hydraulic steering, a little bit docile. Well, that's slightly strange and annoying. There's a drain hole right here above the helm. Go straight on the windscreen. Well, we're underway. We're just chugging across Denia Harbour, just in gear at 2.4 knots, and it is practically silent. I'll flick the engine into quiet mode as opposed to sports mode. Very smooth, very quiet. There's no squeaks, there's no rattles. Just going to build the revs up a little bit. 5 or 6 knots. Lovely. It's a lovely day in the harbour. Look at this, there's no one around. January boating. Yeah, that's rubbish. Well, there's not much in the way of chop out here today, but there is a nice big swell for us to play with, so let's go and have a go at that. Well, so far, handling, can't really fault it. This thing is like a housefly, it just goes around corners. I really feel like I can just throw it around like a go-kart, it sticks to the water. Yeah, great. Why do we do it? We come out on these boat tests and we hoon around like teenagers in Ford Capris. The truth of the matter is, we're hardly ever going to do that in a boat like this. You're going to be cruising down the coast with your family and friends on board, enjoying the sunshine. So I've got the seat now down, I'm well below the windscreen, well sheltered, and just chugging along, easing a little bit of power on. There we go, nice sunny day, nice and relaxed. Steady 5.5, 6 knots. With a nice cruising speed for this boat. You're going to be sitting at 20, 22 knots, 25 knots maybe. Sheltered in your cockpit here. So I'm rolling along now at 17 knots. Very nice. I can do this all day. So there we go, Axopar 28. As you can see, I quite like it. Can you tell? Well, it's time I let you in on that big secret that I promised you earlier. Here we go. This one's mine. Yep, I bought this boat to put on charter for next summer. So you get the chance to come and check this boat out for yourself. Thanks ever so much for watching this video. We've got another video coming very soon of this boat's big brother, the Axopar 37. And that's got 2 of these Mercury 300 horsepower V8s on the back. Really excited to get our hands on that. Bye for now.